Dimitri gets in there and pretty much pounds him out the entire fight and stops him in the third.
Wow.
Right? And by the way, this fight is on our YouTube channel. You know?
Okay, wait. Before we go on, make sure, yes, please let us know your YouTube channel.
It's Ringside Rising. At Ringside Rising.
At Ringside Rising. Once again, at Ringside Rising. Watch this fight. I know I'm going to right after this. At Ringside Rising.
Yeah. And so, I forgot what the point
No,
was.
yeah. So
The story behind this.
Right.
Yes. So, basically, when everything went down,
Y'all keep it down.
you know, I was a little bit green in hand wrapping, and so I had some. I had winner knuckle pad in the gauze. You're not supposed to do that.
Right.
So they basically overturned our victory, and so yeah, they took it from us. What? And but then it's neither here nor there. And then there was a little bit of back and forth between us and some people on the LBC. But then the LBC and USA Boxing said, "End it. It's over. Move on. Give him his passbook. Let's go."
Yeah.
So and then we got back to work, and so I made this shirt because it's like after that, we're gonna try not to have any decisions if possible. We're taking it out of the judge's hands, you know, and that's what we try to do. Dimitri comes in because we know that he can hit hard. He still hits hard. He still hits hard. He's not in the last rounds. Dimitri isn't like pacing himself. No, he's still going after everybody every round. So
That's pro level fighters, 20+ rounds. This man's a problem.
yeah,
This man's a
And
problem here.
go to Ringside Rising. We have some.
You got something there? You got something there, Ringside Rising?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to check
Yeah.
that out. Ringside
Yeah.
Rising.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep on. So, you know, one of the things that I tell my fighters all the time is you have to be able to fight every second of the round. Okay, I need 100% from you. And, you know, sometimes fighters, they got accolades and accolades and accolades behind their name. Okay, great, cool. But I still don't think that they fully understand the game of boxing. You can have 1,000 accolades behind your name, and it really don't mean anything. Okay, so the one thing that we wanted to try to institute when we do an event is we wanted to develop our own belt because we throw a card here. In fact, we got a card coming up on November 1st. Okay, right here, and it's going to be right here in the gymnasium, right here. So, and what we wanted to do, we want to institute our own belts. No, it's not a pro card. It's an amateur card.
By the way, sorry to cut you off. November 1st, got to promote it, have to. It's the promoter me. November 1st, Fight Night at the Duke, here at the Georgie Duke Gym, Vacaville. Get your tickets now.
So getting back, I'll give you guys where you guys can go get the tickets from. I'll give you guys that a little bit later tonight. So my thing is this: if you're Golden Gloves champion, right? Why don't you defend that belt or defend that title? You understand what I'm saying? Even as an amateur, we're supposed to be trying to make the programs better for these kids, right? So the first thing that you want to do is, yeah, I understand you got a point system and you have all these things that you want to do. But for the ones that want to turn pro, there's a transition that they have to make. So that transition, they can already make that transition. And one of the ways of making that transition is if you are a national champion. Okay, you're a national champion. Defend it. Right. You understand? How many boxers do you know today that amateurs actually defend those titles that they have? In fact, none of them. None of them. Zero. None of them do. They all have accolades behind their name. People say, yeah, but that's the amateurs. One day they're going to be pros. That's right. Aren't we supposed to be preparing them for that? Professionalism, right? Aren't we supposed to be preparing them for that, right? Absolutely. So this is what Boxing Profiles wants to do. We want to make it as real as possible, even if it's 3 rounds. Right. Even if it's 3 rounds. I want to see guys giving 100% at 3 rounds. And I want to see a guy that is, okay, so let's say he's Northern California champion, right? Okay? He gets someone from Southern California want to challenge him for his title. right? It's, okay, all right. It's only a 3-round fight. Well, let's go. Let's go. All action fight. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Defend the titles that you have. That's what amateur boxing is missing.
It is what it's missing.
It's missing. That's what it's missing.
A lot of the fighters, they kind of just content with getting the title one time or getting the belt one time.
Yeah.
Then they kind of just want to go on. They're not interested in defending it, or even sometimes they're not even interested in fighting for it again at all.
Well, when you defend the title, it takes your mind to a different place.
That's right.
Because number one, you the champ. You got a target on your back.
That's right.
So since you got that target on your back, you got to go into a whole different mindset, a whole different training and everything else to stay on the top. And isn't it more impressive if you can have a guy that's defended his Golden Glove or his national title 10 or 15 times before he turned pro?
That's right. And that's kind of the mentality that I had with Dimitri.
Right.
And trying to get him prepared for the pros.
Right.
So that's the reason why we kind of went after people who won tournaments, right?
Right, right. Mm-hmm.
And one of them we couldn't do, Johnny Orlando, because he had to go to a funeral. His grandmother died.
Right.
But we went after Nick Oba. We got Nick Oba. He won the novice Golden Glove 2024. Then we got Jathan Martin. He won the Indiana Golden Glove 2024. Then we got Brandon Viatuya, who won the SoCal Amateur Championships in the Open 2024 last summer. And that's what we try. We try to actually target people who've won things.
Right.
People who've gone to nationals.
Right.
People. We haven't had the chance to really fight a national champion. We would have loved to, but
Iron sharpens iron, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, when you stop and you look at it, again, making that transition is the most important thing. And
Yeah.
again, we have to make sure that these fighters are ready, always ready to go to that next step. You know what I'm saying? So what do you got to say about that, young man? Do you agree or do you disagree with what we just were talking about?
I absolutely agree. Having people prepare for the pros. I think the highest level of boxing and the highest accolade is a world championship, a world title.
Yeah.
So I think in order to foster that, you have to foster being able to defend a belt, take a belt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going after the best, fighting the best of the best, and I don't think everybody fights the best of the best in the amateurs all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that mentality that you have because, it shows a lot about your own character and the fact that, like you said, when you get to that top of the mountain, you're not going to rest on your laurels. And that like you said, you're going to keep on fighting hard and keep on having that hunger.
Another thing that we did too, to kind of make them more confident when going after these people who won things, we had this attitude. So, and Dimitri remembers a few years ago, I started taking him around to almost every gym that kind of had someone who was a bit of a star, even pro. So we've been around to a lot of gyms. And been like, hey, we want to get that guy right there. And because I want him to either have a real sense of confidence, or learn he's got to go back to the drawing board, one or the other.
Right. Yeah.
But we want to understand where we really are, and then go for it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Instead of just, like you said, skating on by, like, unfortunately, a lot of other pro fighters, like Prince was saying, a lot of pro fighters that just skate on by, but like you said, you're actually challenging yourself, testing yourself, and looking and seeking out people that, like you said, will ultimately make you better no matter what, right? So,
If you don't challenge yourself, you're going to go so far in the game, and that's it. That mindset is what you got to get in to go to the next level. And the question of it is okay. We see a lot of fighters out there. They're like, man, I want to go to the next level. I want to be world champion, but they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to change that mindset in order to get there. Because, tell you right now, it's lonely at the top.
Absolutely.
It's lonely at the top. Okay? It is lonely at the top, and you're there all by yourself. Okay? You're doing it basically you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, you got your trainers and everybody else, but when it comes down to it, you're the only person that's in that ring, and you're the only person going to be making those quick, fast decisions and what to do, what not to do, when to do it. You know what I'm saying? So the bottom line to it is this: it's all a mindset, and this is what fighters today, they don't get that kind of. They don't get the coaches to tell them that. You know what I mean? And I've been to different gyms, and I be listening to what people are saying and this and that. And I'm like, well, why don't you just get down to the nitty gritty of it and just tell him or her straight up. Either you got it or you don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
You have it or you don't have it. It's one of the two. Okay. Well, you tell them you don't have it. Why don't you just go on home? They'll be like, no, I got it. Okay. Well, stop talking and show me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Show me. Because if a guy's got it, he's going to be working. He's going to be working. He's going to be working. It's 24 hours a day. You got to be possessed to do this.
Right.
If you want to be number one, you got to be possessed. We've seen it before. You look back on all these other great fighters. We've seen it. We even seen it with Mike Tyson.
Right.
Even Floyd Mayweather. What time was he up and running and working out 2-3 times?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In the morning.
In the mornings and stuff like that, right? He was doing it. We go back to Sugar Ray Leonard. Go back and look at the Sugar Ray Leonard's training. Go back and look at Roberto Duran, Marvin Hagler, all these great fighters. They all put themselves in a different place. You know what I'm saying? And the fighters today, all these young fighters, again, y'all need to take heed to the words that I'm saying right now because it's very, very important. I'm dropping gold on you, okay? I'm dropping gold. If you guys ain't doing it, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put yourself
With that, you
in
know,
a different place.
right. With that said, though, a lot is said, and I mean personally, this is coming from my perspective, being brand new to the game. Like I always been saying, I actually had no background prior to linking up with Prince. I mean, I took a little bit of martial arts back when I was a kid, but as far as boxing, I had no prior background except for Prince, you know. But that said, and we've been talking about it, it's been almost a year. A lot is said to who is training you, right, and who is pushing you, and that's what's amazing with Coach Norbert here. You know, not coming from that perspective of not only being dad, but having your background as well as a fighter, as the multiple gyms, and kind of seeing everything, but then having, you know, kind of that symbiotic relationship with your son, with Dimitri, and wanting to better yourselves and, you know, the pushing, because that's the thing. It depends on the gym and who you're training with and who's pushing you too, because if you have the wrong people showing you the wrong things, then you might be thinking you're training hard and doing what it is to get you to the next level, when in actuality you're hindering your progression, right?
Yeah. So Dimitri, real quick, Dimitri. So again, without giving away anything, I know you guys are looking for fights and this and that. So are you a fighter that just completely just stays in shape all the time?
Yeah, I'm always in the gym. I don't smoke or drink, so I'm always in the gym. I'm always training. I'm always sparring. So
He's always on. There's no off switch.
There's no really off switch. Even on my off days, like today, I just visited some of my friends at the gym. You know, I did some pull-ups with them. So you know, it's always just I'm always on that on switch. I'm always in camp.
Always ready.
You're always in camp.
Always ready.
in camp,
Always ready.
basically,
Yeah, that's a good
you know
thing. And see, that's the mark of a great fighter, is always being ready, because you don't know when you're gonna get that call.
Right.
That's right.
You
You
get that in
don't know
2
when you
weeks
get that call.
notice and stuff.
Yeah. And that's the key that a lot of folks they don't teach their fighters. Get ready, be prepared, and be ready to go to war.
Right.
That's what I tell my fighters. You got to be ready to go to war, because in that ring, it's savagery, my brother.
Absolutely.
Your life is on the line, okay? Now, people know this, but I think people take it for granted. When I say that your life is on the line, that's exactly what I mean. Your life is actually on the line.
You could die.
Exactly,
God.
exactly. Right, you know what I'm saying? And people take that for granted. Whether you're an amateur or you are a pro, anything could happen to you. You could be maimed, bones broken. You could even get killed in there. And this is the seriousness of boxing. And this is what I tell my guys right here, bro. This ain't a game. It's serious, serious business, you know?
Like they say, you don't play boxing, right?
No, you never play boxing. You don't play in any of the pugilistic sports. I don't care if it's
MMA,
MMA, kickboxing, you know, even in the jiu-jitsu,
yeah.
the karate tournaments like that. You see people get broken ribs and all kinds of stuff from getting knocked out from kicks to the face. You can't play these pugilistic sports.
Absolutely.
And lots of people think, you know, they get the wrong idea. I could do this, I could do it.
Nope.
Yeah, I know of a fighter a long time ago in the 90s in Colorado, and there's a particular coach that I used to know, and yeah, he took his fighter out there in late 90s, and the guy died from injuries later on after the fight.
See?
So
And
it's definitely serious business.
So with that being said, I go back to one of the biggest things, one of the biggest things that all fighters need: defense.
Absolutely.
Okay? They need to know how to move their head. They need to know how to move their feet. And a lot of fighters today, when we look at them, they don't have footwork.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They don't have footwork. But they want to go to the next level. How you going to go to the next level if you don't have footwork and you don't move your head?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right? How you going to go to the next level? You can't go to the next level because that's the basis of your defense, your footwork and the movement of your head. Now, never mind the parrying and the blocking and all that, but I'm just going to go with just those two. Fighters today, they don't do it. You see what they're starting to look like? They're getting all touched up here, and they all lumped up and stuff. Faces look like a pizza. You know what I know? I'm serious, straight up. And you turn around and you look at him and go, damn, he got beat up. Well, yeah, he ain't had no defense. He left his head on the line. Here, hold this for me.
Yes, sir.
He dude throwing his punches like this.
Right.
Right? Really? Instead of throwing it and getting his head off the line and moving and slipping and blocking and parrying, you know what I'm saying? They ain't doing that. And it's like, come on, man, really? Who's teaching this cat? You know what I'm saying? Who's teaching this cat? And, you know, that's what I'm looking at as a coach. I'm looking at it, I'm going, really? Wow. Wow. And I'm going to be honest with you. Don't get me wrong. You got all your top fighters today, right? But what I'm starting to see from a lot of the top fighters today, I'm getting bored.
Right.
I'm being straight up and I'm being honest. I'm getting bored. There are some, don't get me wrong, there are some really good fights that are out there.
Right.
But from what I'm starting to see, I'm getting bored. I'm getting bored watching those top guys. And the reason why I'm getting bored is because they ain't hungry.
Right.
Those dudes are not hungry. The fighters that I want to watch the guys that are like Dimitri right here. He's coming out of the amateurs right into the pros. That's the man that's hungry. Right. That's the man that's willing to show you, I could fight. That's the man that's going to say, hey, I'm a prospect. You need to be paying the amateurs right into the pros. That's the man that's hungry. Right. That's the man that's willing to say, hey, I'm a prospect. You need to be paying attention to me. You know what I'm saying? These other fighters, don't get me wrong. I watch them, but I'm getting bored. Because what is it? I spent $100 on a pay-per-view, and what we get? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come on now. I mean,
You're bored.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm getting bored. What was it like? Okay, look. What was it? Turkish Al-Ashik?
Turkey
His show in New York?
Yes.
Come on, man. What was that?
Right.
I mean, don't get me
right.
wrong. I'm not trying to say nothing bad about Turkish Al-Ashik,
Right.
but I'm just saying I'm being real about his show. What was that? That
That's
was
right.
garbage. It was a garbage
That's
show.
Right. Absolutely.
I will tell you this, Turkey, if you're watching, you need to get exciting fighters on your show. I'll tell you that.
That's what's
You need
up.
to get guys that are hungry, that are willing to fight, okay?
That's
And I
right.
think he knows that. But, you know, when you got all this money, sometimes you're saying, oh, man, I want to see this guy fight that guy. I want to see this guy and that guy and this guy. But those guys aren't hungry no more.
That's right. That's
They
right.
ain't hungry. So give me the guys that are up and coming.
That's right.
Those are the guys that I want to see. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? You know, I like to ask.
To be honest, my favorite fighter actually just passed away. His name was Dwight Muhammad Cowley.
Oh,
That's my favorite.
yeah, brother.
That's my
Golden
favorite
era.
fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Man,